I may be only 23 myself, but I've seen a lot change in a short space of time. And what do I mean by this? Well, I feel like I've lived 5, 6 different lives already at my age. You kind of name anything, any kind of like normal problem the average person goes through, I've probably experienced it to some extent in my life already. And I look at society, I look at young people in particular, and I find it quite hard to see a bright future for a lot of young people. And the way society is, the way how self-centered a lot of people are and how selfish people have become, it's really hard to kind of look out and see a lot of positivity going forward. The way that people are, the way people's interests and attitudes are towards a lot of key different like areas and subjects in life that used to be very important and feel very important to myself. You know, I've seen the significant rise of social media, as we all have, over the last 10 years. The last decade has been massive for social media. You've seen the rise of stuff like TikTok, YouTube's obviously taken off. A lot of different social media platforms have really gone to a whole new stratosphere, so to speak, and the involvement with AI is only going to increase things over time, and things are becoming somewhat scary. And I may sound like kind of your grandparent speaking right now, to be saying like, you know what, social media is a bad thing, and you know it's really having a negative effect on a lot of young people's lives. But maybe you should actually take a listen to them a bit more and actually understand why this is the case. And if you ask the average kind of 20 to 30 year old if they're happy in their life, I can guarantee you, if every single person was being honest with you, probably less than 20% of them would say they're truly happy and fulfilled in their day-to-day life, in the things they're doing, who they're spending time with, the work they're working on every single day, the relationships they have, what they're doing with their body, what they're putting into their body every single day. A lot of people are very unhappy with their lives, and that's because of their habits, the way that they are living their lives. And a lot of people just don't realise this. And I hope for you, if you're watching this and you think, you know what, I'm kind of doing a lot of things that a lot of kind of self-help people tell me to do, but I'm not very happy and fulfilled in my life. I'm going to the gym, I'm getting bigger, I'm looks maxing, I'm doing all of this shit, I'm making a bit more money, I'm doing the stuff that's meant to improve my life, which, yes, don't get me wrong, all of this stuff does improve your life, I've done all of them, but it doesn't actually make you happy. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong, because if you're not happy in your life, if you're not, whatever that is, whatever equates the happiness equation is for you, if you're not solving that every single day, then your life becomes somewhat meaningless, and your kind of sole purpose for a lot of people, and for me especially, is kind of being neglected if you're not finding that every single day. And again, I don't want to use social media as a benchmark, because I know a lot of people will watch this video and maybe comment, you know, it's not the case. Like, I know a lot of great people out there who are really trying to strive for a better in their life, and that's very true. Trust me, I know that I've actually found those people in my life, my close friends, people that I truly care about. I didn't have these people before. The people I used to be friends with, who I'm no longer friends with, are these people I'm kind of describing right now. But the people in my life right now are the opposite, and they give me hope. They really do. But I understand how much of a kind of small population size this actually is in the grand scheme of things, especially when you look at the Western cultures in the UK, where I'm from, in the US, Australia, places like this. A lot of it's very, very similar. There's a culture there where people have become very, very selfish. People don't want any type of commitment. They don't want relationships, marriage, kids. If you speak to the average person, like, I even spoke to my friend earlier today, and he was talking to a girl, and she was actually the one that messaged him saying that, I just want to make it clear that I don't want anything serious in this relationship. Like, I don't want to really get into anything serious. And I'm like, if anything, it was used to always be the man. Like, you go back 10, 20 years, or even a lot further historically, it would always be the man who probably wouldn't want to commit as much. But now you often see it, especially between 20 to 30-year-old people, that it's actually the men more that I'm seeing that want the relationship, that want to build a family, that want the actual good things, the meaningful things in life. And a lot of women are actually opting out of this. And again, you might be a woman watching this and think, you know, I'm not like that at all. And that's very true. There is a lot of great women out there, and I know they want very different things. But I'd say on average, if you probably look at the stats and you speak to a lot of these people, it's pretty clear to me that women are actually kind of taking a back seat from this and actually thinking, you know what, I don't actually want this, and men are be like, what? Well, I do. But it's actually the roles are reversed. A lot more women are in their masculine presence. A lot of men are acting like girls, and girls are acting like men. And it's very difficult and strange to kind of see the dynamics change, that young people's attitudes towards marriage, dating, anything like that has changed so much. And I really think, because holding that, having relationships, whether they be intimate, whether they be your friends, whether they be your family, are so key to human being happiness. And everyone is neglecting this nowadays, and this is why we're seeing such a massive sample size of people just being so unhappy with their day-to-day life. And you look at kind of career passion, you know, the average person used to just work a normal job, and they would have days where they'd be like, yeah, you know what, I don't want to do this at all. Like, I know my grandfather, I didn't actually know him personally, but people in my family have told me he went to work every day and he hated his job, and he would try and get back as soon as possible just to spend time with family and something he actually was passionate about, which was gardening. And this was how it was, and a lot of people kind of just got on with it because their greater kind of happiness came from outside of their work. But we live in a society this day and age which again has its positives and negatives, which will tell you that your work has to make you happy every single day and every moment. And a lot of people are not looking at this, and they're thinking, okay, I'm doing this job or whatever it may be, I'm trying this thing out and I'm not liking it straight away, so I'm listening to these guys on social media and they're telling me that I need to be happy and fulfilled every single moment of every day. You need to get in the real world, because it's not like that anymore. And again, it's just going to actually make you a lot more unhappy when you're switching from career to career, you're switching from relationship to relationship, you're switching from location to location. This is kind of a separate video that I can probably talk about a lot more detail, but you need to kind of like settle for one things in life, because a lot of it is like kind of fluff. Like I spoke about this with my friend earlier, and we're both in a very similar situation, how we've both lost a significant person in our life, and we're both like, you know what, like we could just go like traveling, we could go away from the world and kind of leave it all behind and, you know, use it as an escapism, because that's what it would be at the end of the day. But I was like, and then what? We do this stuff, we go away for a bit, and then what? Because you have to always come back to face the reality. A lot of people want to neglect it and just seek pleasure for as much as possible, but you always come back to reality. You always have to face your problem, and they're just going to stack up. It's like a skeleton in your closet. If you don't go and face them, you need to go face it every single day. And this is what like a lot of people are not doing in their day to day. And again, I said this and I was like, a lot of this stuff like in between, if you're not focusing on the really important things in your life, like your relationships, like your career, your passion, your purpose, your health, mental, physical and spiritual health, everything else is just fluff in between. Like doing nice things, going out and spending money on bullshit, you know, stuff around the house, or going out drinking, doing all this stuff, going out for fancy meals, all the fancy cars, all of this stuff. Like, it can be nice and I get why people like it, but it is just fluff. It's all noise that makes your life more complicated and harder to navigate than it needs to be, and it's not like making you happy in any way whatsoever. And I think that's very important. Like, I don't want to really do that right now, especially with everything that I've been through. I want to go head first and face every single thing that's in front of me, and this is very, you know, hard to do in my circumstance, and it would be completely acceptable for me to run away, go to Thailand, go to somewhere like that where everyone else is going, who don't want to face the real world, and then come back and think everything will be nice. But I can guarantee you it won't be, and it will make your life harder. And by me facing my problems over the next few years, overcoming the things that maybe I don't want to face, I will be in a better position by the time I'm 30. I know my life will be set up very well, and I want you to feel the same, and to kind of, like I say, avoid the stuff that doesn't bring it literally brings you nothing to your life. The casual sex, the going out drinking, the, you know, just consuming in pleasure. That's what everyone wants every single day. It's a short-term pleasurable fix that doesn't feel any pain, where the outcome is really high in the moment, and then the input to actually get that reward is low. A lot of people just want that throughout their life, and they'll go through that life all their whole life till the day they die, and their life won't amount to anything. They won't be remembered for anything. Again, this is, you know, going off topic a bit, but it's very important. And if you want that, you can't live this life. And it's not going to make you happy. When you're on your deathbed, you're not going to be thinking about all the pleasure seeking activities that you got yourself involved with and stuff. You're going to be thinking about your family, that family that you built, that legacy, that purposeful career you kind of built yourself in, you know, the fitness, the kind of level maybe of physique, of how proud you were when you built that body, how many kind of, maybe you ran like a marathon, you did these things in your life, the things that truly meant something to you. People neglecting this more than ever, and it's really hard to see that with a lot of young people. There's just that lack of connection in the world. It's just no longer there. And I think just an overall lack of focus and resilience that people have. The smallest inconvenience to people's life, and they're like, you know, that's it, my day's over, like today's a bad day, like something like they're 10 minutes late, like, you know, something's gone wrong with their car or something, or maybe their outfit's gone wrong, or like the weather's shit. You know, I'm one, I moan about the weather a lot, but I know it's something I'm not in control of. But a lot of people just don't have any focus. They couldn't sit down for half an hour and do something that they say is really meaningful. They'll instead scroll on TikTok for half an hour. They can't go to the gym more than once because it's hard work. They can't be resilient through the hard times, and that's why their life will never amount to anything significant. And this might sound quite harsh, and you might feel this is really harsh because you feel like I'm talking exactly to you, and that's exactly what I'm doing with every single video that I put out there. And I want you to realize that. I want you to live a life that is truly meaningful, purposeful, and fulfilling, because that's what how life should be lived. And I want you to see that. I want you to see that every single day. And I hope you can take this video, and yeah, I have major concerns, but I hope me putting this out there, I know there's a lot of younger people out there who feel the same, and hopefully the comments will be full of that. I hope you are one of them. Alright, so unfortunately my camera died at the end of that video, but as I was saying, I just want to finish it off nicely, is that you have the choice to take these actionable steps in your life and to kind of build that lifestyle and to become a better person for the whole world, for the future and greatness of humanity. And that is completely in your power, and you can try and shape other people to be this way, because like I say, there's a lot of unhappiness. There's a lot of people who aren't living like this, and they're doing the wrong things, but they don't even realize it. They're subconsciously doing what social media and society is telling them to go down, the traps, the rabbit holes, all of this stuff. They're falling down them every single day without realizing all their little kind of micro steps they're taking having a massive snowball effect on their life without even realizing this. And I really hope you can go above and beyond and really live that lifestyle, and you will truly be, people will recognize this, because I see it in people who speak to me on a day-to-day basis. Nearly every single day, people be like, you have such a good head on your shoulders, you're so switched on, you're just with it. And this is not to boast or brag or anything like that, but I know you have that capability inside of yourself too. And it's very important that you unlock this and, you know, as it said, you know, reach that full potential inside of yourself. And build that lifestyle that you have, that you truly want. But you have to kind of cut out all of that just fluff, as I mentioned earlier on in this video. And yeah, take some time to truly become that person that you need to become. Build your own, you know, career, your legacy, the person you want to become, your life. That's all in your control, and I'm here to help you to do so. So my one-to-one personal coaching link will be in the low if you need any further guidance. If this video has helped you, I'd really appreciate if you could like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.